Shocking political news on political reporter Will Keneally in the state capitol with more on Governor Evers' decision not to run for re-election.
Plus, the father of the Abundant Life Christian school shooter is headed to trial. We're live at the courthouse with what happened.
And the Dane County Humane Society facing a funding crisis. How much they're asking for from local governments. And we welcome you to News 3 Now at 6.
I'm announcing that I will not be running for a third term. I'm so humbled to be your governor. This is the best job I ever had. And folks, we are not done yet. There is.
Well, good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Eric Franke.
And I'm Sarah Carlson.
We begin tonight with Governor Tony Evers announcing earlier today he will not be running for a third term.
This move sets up a major shift in next year's race for governor as Democrats look to hold on to that position while Republicans seek an opening to take it back. For more on the governor's decision and reaction to it, let's check in now with political reporter Will Keneally live at the Capitol. Hi, Will.
Yeah, I'd say we were expecting this news at some point within the next couple of days, but it was still shocking to see that news come down today. Governor Evers saying in a prepared video message that he was deciding to not run for re-election, in part to spend more time with his family. Now, we spoke with a former staffer of the governor's who worked closely with Evers, asking her what she thought about the governor's, what about the governor resonated so strongly with the voters that they gave him 2 terms.
They've appreciated his steady leadership, especially when we contrast what's happening here in Wisconsin in our executive branch with the chaos in Washington, D.C. People appreciate that calm, steady leadership where they know that they can trust that person to do the right thing.
Now, when we look at the candidates running to replace Evers, Melissa Baldoff there says that one of the qualities that she expects will be the winning ticket is that she wants a candidate that has a calm leadership presence. Now, Democrats would have had a little bit of an advantage to run with Evers as an incumbent on that ticket, meaning that the race could be close next year without him.
We're a purple state, so Wisconsin, we do close elections, as everybody here knows. And whenever we have a statewide election, it's always going to be close.
Now, we're looking very closely at this race because if Democrats keep the governor's mansion, that could put some policies in play. For example, think of some of their recent priorities, like making child care more affordable. Now, this is also, though, an opportunity for Republicans to take back the governor's mansion and retain control of the state legislature here. That could have a significant impact, too. Think of some of their priorities like tax cuts. And also, as we say in the cliche that abortion's on the ballot, we could see abortion restrictions come back again next fall. Now, a lot to keep an eye on heading into next August. But for now, reporting from the state capitol, Will Keneally, News 3 Now.
All right, Will, thank you. And right now, both political parties are reacting to the governor's decision. From U.S. Senator Tammy Baldwin, quote, Wisconsin is lucky to have had Tony Evers leading our state. He has always put Wisconsin and Wisconsin's children first, and we will continue to see those benefits for generations to come. The governor's commitment to every kid's education, our teachers and public schools will undoubtedly shape our future for the better and be a cornerstone of his legacy. Meanwhile, Assembly Speaker Robin Vos releasing the following statement, quote, no matter what side of the aisle we stand on, the decision to run for statewide office comes with many personal sacrifices that are worthy of recognition. I want to thank Governor Evers for his service to the state of Wisconsin. I wish him and Kathy well as they prepare to retire to private life.
To a developing story now, a former staff member at Sun Prairie West High School is in police custody for misconduct. Robert Gilkey Meisegeier was arrested earlier today in the city of Madison. Sun Prairie police are recommending the following charges against him to the Dane County District Attorney. 49 counts of possession of child pornography, possession of virtual child pornography, 2 counts of sexual exploitation of a child, and failure to report abused or neglected children by a school administrator. According to Sun Prairie Police, some of the victims are students at Sun Prairie West High School. All of the victims have been notified of this arrest. Also, anyone with information on the case is urged to contact the Sun Prairie Police Department. The number is there on your screen, 608-837-7336.
Now to an update on the case against the father of the Abundant Life Christian school shooter.
Jeffrey Ruppnow appeared in court for a preliminary hearing today, and our Maddie Heimsch was there. She joins us now live with what happened. Hi, Maddie.
Jeffrey Ruppnow will go to trial. The judge today at the preliminary hearing determining that there is enough evidence to hold that trial for the charges Ruppnow is facing. Now, Ruppnow's looking at 2 counts of intentionally selling a dangerous weapon to a person under the age of 18 and a count of contributing to child delinquency. During today's arguments, Ruppnow's attorney and district attorney Ismail Lozan debated those first 2 counts and what exactly constitutes providing a dangerous weapon to a child.
But that's not what this law says about the definition of to give. Giving her information about how to find the number, the passcode to the gun safe is not the same thing as giving her a weapon.
I don't believe he had to hand her one or both of the firearms to be used.
And you hear there the defense arguing that Rupp now telling his daughter details about the code to a gun safe can't be considered giving her a dangerous weapon. The state attorney, on the other hand, arguing that a gun doesn't need to be physically handed over to satisfy that charge. And at the preliminary hearing, we also heard testimony from a City of Madison detective that was brought to the stand. We'll have more on his testimony as well as the arguments from both sides fully tonight on News 3 Now at 10. For now, reporting live in downtown Madison, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Okay, thank you, Maddie. In weather now, clouds help things feel a little cooler today, a lot actually, but still very humid. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington is here with the first warm weather forecast and what's next.
And that muggy condition still keeping that heat index value in the 80s to near 90 degrees across all of Dane County. And as we widen things out and take a look at the rest of southern Wisconsin, we also see mid to upper 80s to near 90 degree heat index values. But take a look at the actual air temperatures. When you combine the moisture with the actual air temperature, that's when you get those higher heat index values. And we're actually in the upper 70s to right around 80. So in some cases, we're still seeing nearly a 10-degree increase in that feels like factor to your body. Now, the good news is the clouds also holding down shower and thunderstorm chances today, and you don't want severe weather, and we were looking at the potential for severe thunderstorms today. Any showers and storms right now have been confined up towards central Wisconsin, north of the Dells. Coming up in a little bit, we're going to talk about those isolated storm chances overnight tonight, when you can expect them, who can expect them, along with a little patchy fog and the additional heat that's going to return back to southern Wisconsin. Heat index values above 100 are on the way. We'll talk more about that when you see me next in just a few minutes.
All right, Alex, thank you. The State Patrol is identifying a woman who they say drove the wrong way on the interstate, leading to a deadly wrong-way crash. Noelia Martinez-Avila faces multiple felony charges, including homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. Her cash bond set at $250,000. Now, according to the State Patrol, it was early Sunday. Martinez-Avila drove in the wrong lanes of I-3990 near DeForest, eventually crashing into an SUV. Now, one of the passengers in that SUV, 18-year-old Hallie Helgeson of Montevideo, Minnesota, died at the scene. The SUV's driver, a 19-year-old man from Clara City, Minnesota, suffered life-threatening injuries. Martinez-Avila was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. She has since been booked into the Dane County Jail. Meanwhile, another crash happened at the scene. A 23-year-old McFarland man was arrested for OWI in that crash.
Well, coming up next on News 3 Now at 6, a Wisconsin-based company celebrates a new facility.
After the break, we'll take a tour of the plant and learn why the company chose Dodge County as its next location.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Wisconsin-based manufacturer Generac is celebrating the grand opening of its new Beaver Dam facility today.
Our Kyle Pozorski got a tour of the plant, sharing why the company chose the Dodge County community for this site.
Generac's new plant on Beaver Dam's north side is a big one, measuring in at more than 345,000 square feet, the company's largest facility in the United States. Announced less than 2 years ago, the company will build generators here designed for commercial uses, ranging in size from 10 kilowatt to 1 megawatt units. The state-of-the-art facility combines automation with hands-on expertise across 4 main assembly lines. Eric Wilde serves as the company's president of domestic-built commercial and industrial products. He says the facility will allow Generac to shorten lead times and improve customer service.
It's been a challenging year, actually, with tariffs and whatnot, but fortunately we had planned to open Beaver Dam and move some production here before that even occurred, so we were well ahead of our time.
Some units previously manufactured in Mexico are now being built right here in Beaver Dam. Andy Martin is vice president of industrial operations at Generac.
In other words, Beaver Dam enables a more powerful future for our industrial business.
The plant started making products back in March and is currently home to about 130 employees. Beaver Dam Mayor Bobby Mark calling Thursday's ribbon cutting a happy and historic milestone.
And I'm excited to welcome this once regional, now global force to Beaver Dam as our newest corporate citizen.
The plant is capable of supporting 250 employees per shift, and Generac does expect to hire a little more than 300 people by the end of this year. In Beaver Dam, Kyle Pazorski, News 3 Now.
And the new facility will now serve as Generac's strategic industrial hub, with Oshkosh now focusing on large megawatt products, and the Eagle, Wisconsin plant in Waukesha County expanding fabrication capabilities to support several other of the company's sites. Well, still ahead, the Packers show off a new look for the upcoming season.
Plus, an annual neighborhood music festival returns to Madison this weekend. We have a sneak peek at who's performing at Atwood this year.
And when will we see those temperatures start to cool down? Alex with a complete forecast after a short break.
You're watching News 3 Now at 6.
Those who help our county's stray and lost pets say they are now in need of more help from local governments.
And that includes the Dane County Humane Society. They are in a funding crisis with their current vendor contract with the city and county. Arman Rahman joins us now live with more.
Hey there, Eric and Susan. Yeah, I'm here right now with Dandelion, the little puppy. He just got a little operation this morning, so he's a little bit tired, a little bit woozy out. And just like him, the funding question for both Dane County Humane Society and their funding sources, the city and the county, is getting a little bit furry.
We've been raising the red flag for a while.
The red flag that the bowl is getting empty. Dane County Humane Society staff say the $390,000 they're getting through Public Health Madison-Dane County will run out by the end of August.
That's what we're looking to the city and county to answer. What is their plan once the money runs out?
And this year they project their services are going to cost a total of $1.3 million.
We're always filling the gap. They're only covering the stray period. So what happens after the stray period is up to our donors to help get these animals ready for adoption.
Humane Society leadership say over the past 15 years, the contracts have not accounted for inflation or the county's human population growth. Staff say they've already cared for more than 1,000 strays and more impound animals this year than the last 5 combined.
I don't know if it just means there's more neglect and abuse being reported in the community, or people are just coming across situations. Is it the economy that's making things harder? We're not really sure why the number of impounds is so much higher this year.
In a response sent back to the Humane Society Thursday, County Executive Melissa Agard and Madison Mayor Satya Rhodes Conway say it's unclear why the shelter projects such high costs when the amount of animals they took in last year was less than in 2013. But they say they're open to amending this year's contract like last year when the Humane Society was paid more than $600,000.
We still have some money left in the stray contract, so we are not turning strays away. We are mandated to take those. But what we're seeing is we're absolutely full.
Humane Society staff say if more money isn't fetched soon, at the end of August, they won't be able to take in more faces like these.
This year has been so frustrating just because of the sheer number of animals and the uncertainty of what's happening next.
And if you want to adopt Dandelion here, he's starting to smile a little bit. He'll be up for adoption tomorrow. For now, reporting live from the Dane County Humane Society, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
All right, thank you so much, Arman. Well, from Monty's Blue Plate Diner to Tex Tubbs, Atwood Avenue will be shut down this weekend, but that's because the annual Atwood Fest is back. The music celebration kicks off with the Convergence Parade on Saturday morning. The fest ends Sunday, making for 2 full days full of music, food, and craft vendors. News 3 Now caught up with the festival's musical director about what you can expect.
At Atwood Fest, we have a little of everything, a little tradition, a little borrowed, and brand new, right? Atwood Fest is a meta community experience. I've never seen a festival where there are so many happy faces, thousands of people dancing in the street, and everybody is united with everyone.
So some of the bands you'll hear from: VO5, Steely Dan, and Fat Function.
Well, chances for strong storms tonight. Alex joins us now with a complete look at the forecast.
And I got some good news. While we do have some isolated storms in the forecast, some of the stronger storm chances are going down because we had those clouds all day today, limiting some of that heat, some of that humidity to the extent where thunderstorm chances will likely just be isolated in nature tonight. A little patchy fog. And speaking of the weekend, Saturday is probably going to be fairly rainy across the area, with Sunday hazy, hot, humid conditions. That heat is on its way back to southern Wisconsin. Those are the three things you got to get out of the forecast. Let's start off with radar 3000. Couple showers, maybe a clap of thunder to the north of Marquette and Green Lake counties. That's it in southern Wisconsin right now for shower and storm activity. As we put future track into motion, let's go through the evening. Let's go through Friday. Maybe an isolated shower or storm as we head towards 8 o'clock. As we go a little bit further into the evening, again, isolated is key. We can't rule out an isolated shower or storm, but most places staying dry. A lot of white here as we go into Friday as well. It'll be tough to clear those clouds, and those clouds, again, limiting that instability for showers and thunderstorms. We certainly will take raindrops. We just don't need the severe weather, and I think that severe weather threat is zero as we go into Friday. Going into Friday evening and Friday night, maybe a couple showers and thunderstorms trying to get into the far southern part of the area over towards Monroe, over towards Janesville around 4 or 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. So upcoming storm chances here. Isolated storm chance tonight going into Friday. Better storm chances as we go into Saturday, and watching Sunday night chances. And that's part of our weather story here, because look at the projected heat index as we go into Sunday at 5 o'clock, back into the triple digits. If we get thunderstorms Sunday night going on into Monday, the triple-digit heat index value on Monday could be lower because we could have morning showers and morning storms, keeping the heat down on Monday. But we'll be keeping a close eye on that. It's going to be combined with very humid to oppressive humidity levels. We've been experiencing those dew points in the mid to upper 70s to near 80 degrees. It's not going anywhere. The humidity, at least, is not going anywhere anytime soon. As we head towards Saturday and Sunday, look at the temperature difference. 83 to 90, then 92 on Monday. Again, Monday could be a wild card. If we have storms overnight on Sunday going into Monday, like what we're experiencing today, that could hold down on the temperatures, hold down on the heat. That would be good. We'll get some rain chances out of that. But I had mentioned earlier in the newscast, hey, let's talk about when do things really cool down. Look at that. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week, upper 70s, lows in the upper 50s, right around 60 degrees.
It's there.
It's coming back.
Fall will be here before you know it.
I know. It's right around the corner.
Alex, thank you. Speaking of fall, Packers training camp. Now on to check them out. The new uniform they'll be wearing this season. It's the alternate uniform, the 1923 Classic, it's called. It's the leather look, hand-painted helmet, navy blue jersey, dark gold numbers here. I love these things, but some people, well, they won't like the traditional green and gold. But these uniforms are inspired by what the team wore in its very first season as a publicly owned team. The uniforms will debut at Lambeau Field during a game this fall, a date to be announced in the coming weeks. Meanwhile, fans, you know it's always about this, right? Buying their own 1923 Classic jersey. That is available right now at PackersProShop.com.
Dare I say it looks like Vikings colors?
No, that's blue. That's blue. It's not purple.
It looked purpley. Gotta be careful, man.
Oh, it's 1923. It's classic.
Okay, fine.
The Vikings didn't exist back then, so.
I think they're awesome.
I like them.
Oh, I think it's very cool.
Illinois had kind of like that leather helmet. I liked it.
Yeah.
Kind of throwbacks, but you know, obviously it's not leather, but it looks cool.
I would agree. I was talking with our producer, Steve. He said the exact same thing. I think Illinois is a good comp, which isn't really what you want if you're the Packers, but we'll talk more about the Packers coming up in sports. Still to come, Luke Fickell addresses the elephant in the room for Wisconsin football. Plus, Jordan Love likes the Packers' chances if they can do this one simple thing. That and more next on News 3 Now. I don't need to remind you that last season, Wisconsin football missed a bowl game for the first time in 22 years, but we could all use a painful refresher on how that happened. After a 5-2 start, Wisconsin willowed, losing 5 straight games and all 3 of their trophy games. A season that Luke Fickell says is not the standard.
Last year was not the standard, right? And it's pretty obvious to be able to say, and really we're talking about the way that we finished last year. That's not the standard. That's not the expectation by any ways. I was not brought here thinking that that's in any way what it is that we expect at the University of Wisconsin. But I'm not here to dwell upon last year either. But what last year does do is it gives us an opportunity to be able to self-reflect. It gives.
For Jordan Love, the love story that came with him carrying the torch of Packer quarterback play is over. Green Bay's QB1 is concentrated on one thing and one thing only, taking that next step in the postseason. He says the Pack are primed to do just that, but adds it can't happen without taking care of business in the division.
Obviously, last year was our worst year at that in the NFC North. So it starts there. It starts with going out there, winning those games against the NFC North teams. But I think, obviously building upon that, once you get to that postseason, that's the games that matter. So for us to take that next step, it's all about the work we're putting in every day. But I think just consistency.
In pro sports, teams have both a coach and a general manager. That was never the case in college until now. With money and the transfer portal in play, more and more schools are hiring general managers, a trend that Wisconsin men's basketball followed when they promoted Mark Van de Wettering to the role. Mark's been with the Badgers since 2011, rising from student manager to general manager.
I'm eternally thankful for the opportunity that Coach Gard's given me to grow here personally and professionally, and it is humbling to be in this spot, and really, really thankful for the opportunity because it's a transformative time in college athletics, and I'm just excited about the opportunity to kind of be a part of it going forward.
And entertainment tonight's coming up next.
Our next show is at 10 o'clock. You can always find us streaming 24/7 on Channel 3000+.